Hello everyone. So today we are building a customer support email workflow. The goal of this system is to make sure no customer email is missed and every message is routed to the right department instantly. First, the workflow is start with an email trigger. It listens to the support inbox, and so whenever a new email arrives, it automatically capture the subject and the message body. Then we are routing it to the correct department based on rule based logic. So no AI involved. We check the message for specific keyword, like for example, if it's contain issue, problem, bad, and then we classify it as complaint. And if it's contain price code, then we categorize as the sales query. So if I execute the workflow, and when new email arrives, so if I send email, basically I got an email and it's now triggered and it's go to complaint, because if you see the body, we have problem and issues, so that's why it's categorized. So let's get built from scratch. So now first we need to use email trigger. Now we are using IMAP trigger, and you need to add credential. For example, if you go, okay, so you need to add your username, and for password, you need to use app password. For app password, you can go to manage your Google account, and then you can use app password, and it will give you passwords, and you can paste it. And for host, you need to use this imap.gmail.com and the port 993. Once you update it, then you need to select inbox as, and then market read. So the next is we need to convert the data, which is like body, into lowercase so that we can categorize efficiently. So for this we use set variable, and for set variable let's trigger the workflow. Okay, now we have data. So if you see, we have text plain, which is this one, and you need, this is body, so let's select name, which is body, and add this plain. So but we need to make it into lowercase, so use to lower case. And we need, and then we can use subject, and for subject we have like this. Also convert this into lowercase. Now execute. Now the next is we need to use switch node to check which department is basically. So for this we first use json.body, and in the json.body we use regex. So first we use backslash, and then we need to check, for example, if it's, if body contain complaint dot test, and convert into lowercase. We also need to add slash, sorry, backslash and I. So now it says that true because the body contain complaint keyword. Now we also need to as boolean, so use equal to true. Now if we execute this step, now it goes to this branch. So we can also add other branch. For this, let's connect Gmail. So we need to send a message. Okay, so we need to select the email, the department email. For example, if it's complaint query, then we use complaint@gmail.com. And for subject, we can specify the subject from the added field and body. So the body and subject. So we need to execute. Okay, let me send the email again. Got an email again, and we need to pin this up. Okay, now connect with Gmail. So now in the subject, we can add subject and then send, execute. So the email will go to complaint department. Now we can also add this into Google Sheet to make sure we have records, and we use append or update row, and you need to select sheet and the document. So we are using, let's say, not sheet. Okay, so we need to match it on customer email, and for to do this, okay, so add email, customer email, and you need to add subject, and you can also select date, and then category you can define as complaint. Okay, now you can execute. Now you got a query here. Okay, then the next is we need to we need to send a Slack message, or maybe we can WhatsApp or something, so that we can notify the team. So we will use Slack, send message. You need to select the credentials, which is API, and then once you connect it, now you can send message to user or channel. We are selecting user, and which user you want to send a message. So I'm using Asad Ahbar 124, and for message we can say something like customer is complaining, please check the inbox, let's say. And once you execute, now you got a message. So if you go to Slack, and now this is the user, now customer is complaining about it. Now you can add multiple department here, and it basically very useful because it categorize automatically and send it to the correct department, and it's not using AI. So basically we can also use AI, but I think rule based will also work. So that's what the video. Thank you.